makes up just a piece of the overall agenda. Democrats in Congress right now are pushing the president to make moves on all sorts of issues, from immigration to infrastructure to policing the police. But some Democrats are now warning against overloading the party's platform with too many line items. Mike Allen, co-founder of Axios, Washington's most connected reporter who doesn't sleep, mused on that this morning, reporting that one of former President Obama's top pollsters is warning the left not to get, and we're quoting now, too greedy with its agenda. Since it is Monday, Mike Allen joins us now to talk about this. It almost feels like deja vu all over again, this divide in the Democratic Party that's paralyzing the Biden agenda.
That's right. These Democrats that we're talking to are very worried that the pressure from the rising left, so you have Senator Elizabeth Warren, you have Representative Ocasio-Cortez, you have people who are getting a lot of attention, a lot of money. They want more going into these Biden packages, and yet that could put Democratic seats, could cause big losses of Democratic seats in the midterms next year. We talked last week how narrow these margins are, how worried the Democrats are that their time in control of Washington is short. And the warning that we're hearing here is don't get too greedy now. Don't be trying to put too much in these bills now. If when you go home to run next year, it's going to mean trouble for Democrats.
Well, the front of Politico, your old publication, had this. Democrats saying we're effed in 2022. Put that up there on the screen. There's growing concern, broadening alarm about the potential impact of 2022 of a raft of new voting restrictions. I've never heard of a political party 16 months ahead of the election saying, oh, we're going to lose.
Well, no, Leland, this is very real. So, Leland, as you well know, a lot of what happens over my shoulder is usually hot air. But what's happening in the states with these changes in voting laws are very real. So since January 1st, 18 states have put in new restrictions on voting. This could include voter ID. This could include making it harder to early vote or mail vote. And Leland, what you're hearing there is Democrats looking ahead and saying that could be real trouble. And so this is going to be a multi-front war. Leland, they're already looking at lawsuits against these bills. They're fighting the ones in the other, you can do the math, other 32 states. They're going to have to register more people. They're going to have to hope that President Biden remains popular. All those kind of inside straight in a midterm election that's going to be hard for them. You know that for the party that's in power, that has the White House, midterms are always hard.
Always tough.
And you have a situation now where just a couple of votes in the House, a literally 50-50 Senate, you don't have any margin for error, and these new laws are really taking their toll.
You brought up the issue of the Senate, and in terms of not trying to bite off too much, at least for Democrats in the next couple of months, Bloomberg is now reporting that Democrats are eyeing a path to citizenship for 8 million in economic plan. 3 million would be young undocumented immigrants known as dreamers, migrant workers, and some with temporary protected status because dangerous conditions present risks if they return to their home countries. This is citing an aid. The other 5 million would be essential workers who have yet to be defined. That certainly doesn't sound like, quote, not being greedy.
Well, it's an example of the more that you add to a big legislative package, the more suspicious swing voters, a lot of voters in middle America where you're located, start to look at it. Now, this is not a surprise. President Biden and Democrats have signaled for a long time they're going to be doing it. But it's a fascinating illustration of the real tightrope that we're going to have in the next couple of weeks here. So the Senate was hoping to move on some of these big bills before the August recess, but you need every single Democrat on this to keep your 50-50. And Leland, with these immigration measures, this is going to depend on a ruling of the Senate parliamentarian who's going to have to decide whether these particular immigration measures have to do with the nation's finances. If it's decided not to do with finances, which is in this very narrow package, then out it goes. But the reason it's here, and this is the last bit of the palace intrigue, the reason this is being pushed so hard is for the House. House Democrats want this. They say that to do their part in keeping these bills moving, they want it in. And so this is the jigsaw puzzle that President Biden is working. And a bottom line for you, Leland, you talked at the top about not getting too greedy. I can tell you that based on our reporting, it's very much President Biden's view that the nation politically is in the middle. He knows you need the middle to win. And so President Biden is going to fight